everyone's success be unique. And blessed are the skincare professionals for the bring out the beauty in others. Thank you for joining us once again on the Women series, where we capture developments and stories that impact women. I mean, it's been an amazing journey throughout the months of May, where we've looked at women entrepreneurs in different sectors. We've looked at the fashion industry. We've looked at the agricultural sector. We've looked at the transportation industry. And here we are, the beauty scene, where every woman wants to feel like a woman in our skin. My guest today is the founder and the CEO of the Arami Essentials, Ore Runsewe. Thank you for joining us on the program today. It's great to have you.
Hi, Ayomide. Thanks for having me.
Right. So I'm quickly going to share a short story of how I found out about Arami Essentials. So I think it was sometime in 2019, sometime in December. I just found the oil. Someone had the oil. I'm like, oh, it really smells really, really nice. It was even the fragrance that attracted me to the oil, because normally I'm a sucker for fragrances. So, and then I picked it up. I'm like, oh, this product definitely cannot be a Nigerian product. And then one thing led to the other. I tried checking it online, and I figured out the price rate was actually in dollars. So it just confirmed what I initially thought, that it was not a Nigerian product. And one thing led to the other. I followed on Instagram, checked you on socials, and checked everywhere. And then I found out that this is actually a Nigerian product. I mean, it says a lot. It says the fact that our industry is changing, our production scene is changing. Everything about it is definitely top notch. And I must say that Arami Essentials is actually a premium product, by the way, off camera. So stating that, bearing that in mind, you would agree with me that the skincare in Nigeria has emerged over the years. And I assume that you have some sort of feel about the other climes, like the Europe and America and whatnot. How would you describe, or how would you feel the Nigerian skincare fares when compared to other skincare brands?
So I think the skincare industry, the beauty industry as a whole, is a very, very interesting industry to be a part of. And I'm so grateful that I have a business within this industry, because it's opened my mind up to so many different things. And I think growing up, I was exposed to a lot of different products and different markets and everything. And, you know, when I compare the Nigerian industry with other industries, I see Nigeria's industry as inspirational, because we have a lot of raw ingredients here. In Africa, we have a lot of natural resources, and we all know. I think the only barrier is getting those ingredients into finished goods, which is where we come in, and businesses like Arami, that's the problem we're trying to solve. Why are we not seeing our products on the shelves outside of Nigeria? And when you look at other industries, you see professionalism, you see consistency,
Yes.
you see transparency,
Yes.
you see people that really want to actually understand your concerns, your needs for your skin, your hair, your body, and actually solve it in a way that is beneficial to you. So I am inspired when I look at other climates, but I'm more inspired when I look at the Nigerian industry, because it's like something that has almost been buried for a long time, and it's been passed over. And yeah, Nigeria is just a place for the raw ingredients. Nigeria is just a place to get your shea butter. It's a good place to get coconut oil, but a finished good
Is where
is yes,
where we now have
that's
to
where we
work
are
on.
right now.
Yes.
That's the crossroads we're at right
Yes.
now. So I'm very inspired by where we are right now in the industry, and I'm really, really certain that, you know, there's greatness ahead.
I mean, that's interesting to know, the fact that we have quite a number of raw resources, and then everyone, I think gradually we're warming up to that fact, and then we're making use of our God's own given gifts. And that's quite interesting. Now, unlike other industries such as the entertainment industries, like the movie scene and then music, which accept that have had quite a number of acceptance around the globe. Now, how and what measures could be taken in terms of trying to push our indigenous products out there, so that they can as well warm up to our product as much as they warm up to the entertainment scene?
Yes. I mean, the entertainment industry is a whole different ballgame, because, you know, there's no regulation around, okay, this song is suitable for Africa, but it's not suitable for, you know, America. There's no really there's not really any regulation that is stopping a musician. It's really more about maybe the market is saturated, or then they're looking for a producer or a manager to further increase awareness around what they're doing. But I think for the beauty industry, it's a very different ballgame, because we have to deal with the regulation that comes with the idea around exporting. So I think what would be great is if, you know, the beauty industry, the cosmetics industry, and not really just even the cosmetics industry, the agricultural sector, because beauty in Nigeria is part of the agricultural sector. Exactly. Because we're dealing with a lot of raw ingredients that are grown here, they're processed here and everything. So I think if the, you know, I know that a lot is being spoken about and done with the agricultural sector. And I think that part of that should be ensuring that small businesses and even medium-sized businesses and even larger businesses are given the right support in regards to meeting the standards that are around the world, so that it gives us a fair playing field when we go out there, so that, you know, we don't get to, you know, looking at a distributor or retailer in the UK, for instance, and they're like, have you take this off of the regulation list, and we're like, we don't even know where to start from. So I think it would be great if we had that support, and I think it's really for the country as a whole to really recognize the opportunities that lie here. So, you know, from the greater agricultural sector and then coming down to the nitty-gritty of the beauty sector.
You've made two vital points: regulators and then governments identifying and warming up to the fact that we have opportunities here and they should tap into the opportunities. Now, speaking on regulation, you would agree with me that the market right now, I mean, let's not, that is what it is. It is quite proliferated. And what measures could be taken for regulators in this aspect to ensure that at least some of these products meet some minimum, at least standards, to protect the unassuming consumers?
Yes, definitely, because it really should be about consumer protection. You know, we've spoken about the government helping the country identifying opportunities, but what about the customers? And that is where I feel, you know, outside of Nigeria, they're ahead, because they have, you know, consumer protection laws, they have regulation that is mandatory. Like, you can really be sued if you're not abiding or complying, and even retailers won't stock you if you're not abiding with some of these regulations. So I feel that it would be very important for our regulators within Nigeria to start adopting the regulation outside of Nigeria, to actually say that, okay, there's NAFDAC, and you know, these are the regulations and the different ways that you have to, these are the different things that you have to do to get your certification. But what about incorporating global standards? So obviously there's not
it shouldn't be a local standard as such, so that it can be widely accepted.
Yes, it would just make it easier, because then you know that if you have your NAFDAC certification, you're good to go with your export. You know that you're good to go, so you're not then having to cross that other hurdle that we spoke about earlier, because you've already crossed it. So then NAFDAC can then be globally recognized as being compliant with the UK, the US, Asia, and all the other and basically a global standard regulation that takes, because, you know, the thing is it's the US, and like, if we use two big markets, for instance, the US and the UK, they don't have the same beauty regulations. The UK is not even part of the EU anymore. So if you should even be taking the US, the UK, and Europe as three different markets. They have different regulations. So it might even just be that NAFDAC adopts, if it's not all, some, so that at least you're halfway there. And then you can, and because some people that produce here may decide they never want to export, and that is absolutely fine. But I think even adopting those things, aside from export, you're actually still protecting the customer, which is where I think that's where the real problem today lies.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking on exports, I mean, the AFCFTA, it's an interesting discourse at the moment, where we're trying to find a way to push out our products as much as possible to the international market and even the African markets generally. So how would you think that this would benefit, or how do you think that the beauty scene is going to benefit from this? How can they position themselves in such a way that they can as well benefit from trading basically outside Nigeria?
I mean, I think there is power in unity, and it's so funny how, like, outside of Africa, people always refer to us as Africa. They don't refer to the countries. They'll just be like, oh, in Africa. Do you get what I mean? Like
everybody's
it's
just
just grouped together. Like you're just,
Yeah.
it's almost like, I'm sure there are people outside of Africa that think Africa is a country and we're just like states in a country,
I'm
like
sure
America.
when you travel and then you ask you where you're from, just say I'm from
Africa, exactly. So, I mean, it's great to be African. It's a good time to be African, to be very honest. And I think it's about time that we really start to understand the resources that are here, unification, and really coming together to boost those resources. Because as much as Nigeria has, Kenya has, Ghana has, South Africa has, Zimbabwe has, Ethiopia has, we have a lot. So if we combine everything together, and then we have this free trade agreement going on, and we're working together to create really beautiful things, I mean, the world is our oyster, because you have continents, countries, economies that have far less resources than Africa, far less. I mean, what really grows in the UK? What really grows there? In Asia, what really grows there? But these are places that they are doing it. They are killing it business-wise, economically. Their countries are booming. Look at Dubai. A lot of things are man-made there. Yeah. Honestly, the whole city is man-made, right? But look at what they're doing. Is it tourism? You know, so I feel like it's not even just about, you know, beauty. It's not just about music. What about even just tourism? What about African tourism really even becoming? Yes, exactly. Because you know, if more people are even, it may be hard to get into a retailer outside of Africa, for instance. But what if we have a bigger tourism sector in Africa, right? And then we now say that, you know, people should come and visit Africa. It's on visiting places that people discover things. So somebody who has never been to Nigeria before comes to Nigeria, finds shea butter and is like, oh my gosh,
I need
this. The dry skin I've been suffering from. Like, it will also attract people that are, you know, buyers for retailers, and buyers and that look into new ingredients and are focused on research. It will attract them into coming. So I think there is so much to come from Africa. Like, God gave us too much to be wasted. That's the honest truth. And it's like we're just sitting on gold and we're just chilling and we're like, this is just gold. We're just sitting here. Like, it's fine, whatever. Yeah. And now it's like, no, let's actually become the nation that we need to be. Like, it's time to...
Let's be resourceful.
Yeah, like, we have no reason to be poor. We have no reason on earth to be poor. I mean, there are over 1.2 billion people in Africa combined, right? We are the second largest and second most populous continent in the world after Asia. Look at what Asia are doing. Just look at what Asia are doing. That is who we should be looking at. We shouldn't even be looking at America. We shouldn't even be looking at the UK. We should be looking at...
We should actually compete with people that actually... that's true.
We have a really big population, and there's a lot that can be done when you have a big population. Because, and you know, I think a lot of people will feel, oh, no, let Nigeria just work in Nigeria. Let South Africa work for South Africa. Let's all just... Look, no man is an island. You know, there's a very common scripture that I love, and it says, one can chase 1,000, two can chase 10,000. So there's power in unity, right? And I feel that, look, if you look at Asia, you have Japan, you have China, you have Singapore. Like, that's just 3 out of so many, and those economies are doing amazingly. But they're not fighting with each other. They're not like, oh no, I am China, I am Japan. Obviously I'm not Asian, so I don't know what really exists there in terms of tensions. I really don't know. But I feel that the point I'm trying to make is that there are 8 billion people in the world. We don't have to compete with each other. We can work with each other, because if Nigeria is doing well and Ghana is doing well, and we want to both export to the whole world, there's too much of the world for us to export to. 8 billion people, and we're just 1 billion. That means there's still 7 billion people that are unreached. Like, like, even sitting here, I'm just like, the opportunities are just...
The statistics and calculations.
It's crazy.
We just have to do the calculations.
Yeah,
right,
so we don't need to compete with each other. I think there's so much like out there that we can work together to boost each other. If you're doing well, I can do well too. We don't have to be in competition. So yeah, I'm excited for those agreements, because I think I was the time when I stumbled across it, I think a lot of things, even though it was signed in, I think maybe 2012 or 2013, is really only starting to come into play within like the last 2 years. So, and I think something was also again then put into place last year. So I feel that, you know, it's all part of a bigger agenda, which they're saying is for like 2063, which is, I mean, That's a long time, but there's a lot that can be done. We can start reaping the fruit of this good work now. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we've talked about business for, I mean, how many minutes now? Let's talk about Arami Essentials on its own. I mean, it is no doubt that doing business in Nigeria can be
Yeah,
can be a lot.
it
Let's
is.
just put it at that.
Yeah.
Let's not use any other word for it. I mean, how have you been able to sustain the business? What unique strategy do you bring to the table that's kept you in business for at least for a time that
Yes.
you have been in business?
Yeah. I mean, last year was really the year where we all kind of found out what we were made of, right? 2020 was no easy year for anybody in any
As
country.
described, an unprecedented year.
Yes, very, very much so. And I think with Arami, what we're trying to do is, I would say there are two things I'll highlight here. Firstly, we're a digital brand. We have
Very much digital.
always been online.
Yes.
We started online. We've never had a physical store. We don't have a physical store. We have a space for production. Half our team are virtual, and we keep our operations as small as possible, but we're trying to grow rapidly. And I think a lot of it is down to the fact that we're trying to harness the opportunities that lie in the now. We're trying to say, okay, digital, especially in a year like 2020, where you can even leave your house, digital was everything. Social media was everything. Online shopping was everything. So we bring to the table a strategy that was embedded into the DNA of the brand before 2020 happened. So I think that set us apart, because there were lots of businesses that weren't even online, that were not even focused on their online business at all, and then were stuck. So I think that really helped us. The second thing I would say is that we are trying to grow rapidly, but we're also trying to ensure that our costs remain as minimal as possible. And you know, the whole brand is focused on minimalism. Simplicity is a key principle when it comes to the brand. That stems from yeah. So that stems from our ingredients, to our packaging, to the whole idea of sustainability around the brand we're trying to build. We are trying to champion recycling, reusing. You know, we're trying to make sure that we're not contributing to the plastic pollution problem that exists around the world, that a lot of beauty companies are contributing to. We don't want to be part of the problem. So we're trying to find better alternatives to the plastic that we use. We're trying to ensure that our customers recycle. We're trying to make sure that we can help our customers to understand how they can reuse the materials that we've given to them. So we're trying to really ensure that people understand that beauty, cosmetics, skin, hair, it's not just about what you see on the outside. It's more than that. Of course, your body is a temple. It's about what is within your mind. But even beyond that, it's about the bigger picture, your total well-being. You can't experience total well-being if you're using the wrong things on your skin, you're eating the wrong things, there's junk everywhere, you use things haphazardly, you're just everywhere. We're trying to restore that serenity, you know, within, and apply it to all aspects of the life. So to me, we're not just a beauty company. And I think that's honestly one of the powerful things behind Arami. We're not just a beauty company. We're about total wellness, and not just about like, oh, have a bubble bath, apply some cream on your hand, glow. No,
I've heard enough of that.
No, we're away from that. We don't want to be part of the superficial. We want to talk to you about what is really going on. You know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and you know, I'm like, I take, even if my days are so busy where I don't even have time to even just eat, honestly. Like there are days where it may get to like 5 o'clock, I've not eaten. That's the honest truth. But what I don't sacrifice is the time that I spend in the bathroom. And that is from in the shower to, you know, moisturizing, and just because that time, you can't hold your phone while you're moisturizing. You
have it to yourself.
You have it to yourself. You can't be on the phone while you're in the shower. I mean, I'm sure people do that in some way, maybe with AirPods or something, but I'm not on the phone while I'm in the shower. So I actually take that time to center myself. What is going on? Am I happy? Because really, if you're not centered, if you're not really mindful, how can you actually achieve anything in life? And I think we try to pass that notion on to our customers to ensure that they're spending a bit of time on themselves. Because if you're not complete within, and it's not a cliche, if you are not whole within, you do not have anything to give any other person, and people need you, right? So really, I think we're more than a beauty brand. We're about total wellness.
I think I can attest to that.
Oh, great.
So let's take 2 final questions.
Sure.
Let's just merge it together.
Sure.
So I on Women Series, right, we try as much as possible to inspire women. And I want to say that you are one of those women that have inspired people. I definitely, if you have not inspired anyone, at least you have inspired me because of your drive and the uniqueness to the business.
Thank you so
So,
much.
in one word or in a sentence, let's just put it like that, how would you advise people that really want to go into this business, but they still cannot find a balance as to either go into the superficial world or keep it natural and keep it sane and keep it simple, just like Arami does? And the last one, beauty tips.
Okay, sure. So, with advising others, I mean, thank you firstly for the kind words. That's really nice to hear. And I pray that I can continually be that to you and others. And I feel that with people that want to enter into this industry, I don't even necessarily think you have to just decide whether you want to be natural or you want to be superficial, because there are people that make makeup, for instance, that manufacture makeup and sell makeup, and I don't see them as superficial in any way. They're all about enhancing your natural features and, teaching you how to look good. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I love makeup myself, so I really, really don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think it's more about, are you trying to enhance or you're trying to change? Those are two different things. Are you trying to make somebody feel better about who they are already, or you're trying to show them how to be a completely different person? And I don't necessarily want to say that, oh, you can't change, because if that's what some people want, I think to each their own. Everybody is running a different race in this life. So I'm not bothered about those things. I'm just bothered about what I feel I want to champion and what I want to pioneer. So I think it's really about deciding which side of things you really want to be on. And I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. And then just going for it. Honestly, just going for it. Like with Arami, I feel that I just went for it. I didn't know everything. I really didn't. I didn't know anything, but I had a vision.
Right.
And I had passion.
You ran through
and I ran with that. I chased that down, right? And I'm still chasing. I'm not even there. I'm not even close to where I want to be. So, yeah.
That's good. Beauty tips.
Beauty tips. Oh, that's a good one. I think my main beauty tip right now would be, what are you eating? And a lot of people will be like, what are you talking about? I said, I want to know how to not have acne. Like, why are you asking me, what am I eating? You'd be shocked at the changes in your eating habits and what they can do for your skin. There are a lot of things that can change your hormonal balance, which can lead to breakouts, can lead to discoloration, can lead to a whole range of things. And that is why I ask, and the tip is, what are you eating? Because it's really important to monitor what you're eating and how your skin is faring. So if you notice out of nowhere, you're just having breakouts and you don't even understand like what's going on. What are you eating? Try and cut some things out. I mean, there's obvious food that is not good for you. Like, nobody has to tell you. I mean, to be honest, I don't even want to say it's not good for you, because I think everything in moderation, like there's a time for everything. Obviously, don't eat birthday cake every day. It's not even your birthday every day anyway. So why eat cake every day?
Indulging?
But but there are also times and there are seasons where you're just like, oh, please. But honestly, if your skin is, flaring up or you're having some kind of issue, monitor what you're eating. Look at it. Cut things out. Do a process of elimination. You flared up, this is what you ate. Keep a food diary. This is what I ate, this is how my skin is. What I ate, this is how my skin is. And then, also as women, time of the month as well, that also affects your hormones. So I think, what are you eating? Are you sleeping? And do you have time to rest? Those three things, I think, would be like my greatest tips. You can put all the cream, all the serum, all the glow tonic on your face and everything. Those three things. Are you, like, honestly, a lot of people have, are able to get away with things. But as you get older, things catch up with you. That's the honest truth. And I think our moms and dads and older relatives can tell you that your body changes as you get older. So that would really be my bit of advice.
It was such an interesting time.
Thank you so much for having
me.
So
I'm going to end it with this note.
Okay.
So someone said I should give it to you. Her name is Bukomi Adejobi. She really, you inspire her, and she would love for you to have the notes. You might want to read it out.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much. Okay. Dear Ore Runsewe, my name is Bukomi Adejobi, and I'm writing this note because you are one of the women entrepreneurs in Nigeria I admire a lot. Building a reputable brand in Nigeria is definitely not easy. Rising above the limitations is a trait to covet. keep up the good work, and hopefully I get to meet you someday. Warm regards, Bukumi. Wow.
Yes, so Bukumi asked me
Thank
to
you
give
so
you, just
much.
when she
Aw.
heard that I was coming and I was going to have an
Aw.
interview with you, said, no, my God, are you
Aw,
serious?
so nice.
So
Thank you
yeah,
so
she
much,
said I should
Bukumi.
give you that. And on that note, we end the Women Entrepreneur series. Thank you for joining us on this series. It was great having you. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
coming.
much. Thank you.
And if you've got questions, you've got comments you want to share with me, kindly reach out to me at ayomide.oguntoye.proshareng.com. Follow us on all our social media platforms, and if you want to check out our news stories or check out your personal finances and anything as regards your finance, log on to www.proshareng.com/WebTV. And until next time, thank you for watching.